Om Om Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheswara Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Saviryam Karavavahi Tejasvinavadhitamastu Mahavidyushavai Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harim Paramanandam Upadeshtaram Ishwaram Vyapakam Sarvalokanam Karanam Tam Namamyam. After discussing Kesha, now Adi Shankaracharya wants to talk about Kalam. So let us read verse number 111. Kalanat Sarvabhutanam Brahmadinam Nimeshatah कालशब्देन निर्दिष्टः ह्यखण्डानन्दकोद्वयः says that the kala generally refers to time. As we have been discussing this, that the person before coming to Vedanta must have cultural practices, must have knowledge of yoga and few things. That's why one of the qualification of a student, when we saw in Mundaka Upanishad, those who attended, Pariksha Lokan Karmachita, Nastihi Akruta Kutena. So the person who has understood that I am seeking, I am looking for something, and the person has examined the world, has gone through not only experiences, but also has learned from experiences. That is the difference examination. And that person understands that what I am looking for, what I am seeking for, is not going to be achieved by any means of action. So that means the person is very clear what that person is looking for. Not name, fame, not money, not power, position, this, that. For that, there are different gurus, different things, not Brahma Vidya. And with this understanding, when the person comes to a guru, that's why here the person comes with what? Ready to share samvit pani. And when this was being taught there, here also Adi Shankaracharya expects that everybody, not only here student, they are what? Jnani Purusha, because already you are in Nitidhyasana, remember. So Nitidhyasanam does not make you to understand yourself. It does not give you knowledge, but it owns up, it makes you to own up the knowledge. That owning of that knowledge comes when you have commitment towards that knowledge. And how the commitment comes? When you have commitment, oh, I am always committed to knowledge. please. Unless you are committed to the teaching tradition, teacher, and other things related to the teaching activities, you can never become committed to the knowledge either. All are sequence. You can say, look, I am committed to my family, but I never spend time with my family. I never do anything for my family. Because some people say, I am committed to my family, but I am working outside. In fact, I am working only for family. That's acceptable. So I am committed to family, but I never spend time with family. I never do anything for my family. But I announce everybody, I am committed to the family, my family. What does it mean? You understand? So also the knowledge. However, let us not get into too much. Why I brought this topic? Because Kalam, for a Vedantin, time also in the beginning stage is very important. In culture, we have this getting up before sunrise. So whatever this Pratha Sandhi had to be done before sunrise, not whenever you get up, that is your time of Pratha Sandhya. And some people do not club both the Pratha and Madhyanikam together. And hopefully you are not combining both Pratha, sorry, all the three, Pratha, Madhyanika and Sam Sandhya together, okay? Hopefully you are not doing it, okay? Yes, somebody says, Swamiji, I go to, what do you call, work in the night. So daytime I sleep, okay? So that's why I combine three. Possible, don't worry. However, let us not again get into why. Because Yoga Shastra very carefully, that's why you should have knowledge and you should spend time. You must have spent time, then only you can understand Vedantic interpretation, or else it's a disaster. In Yoga Shastra, it is being highlighted meditation to be done in the early morning. Not whenever you want, wherever you want. This instant meditation, 100 minutes meditation, 100 seconds meditation, 300 seconds meditation, it doesn't work. Here we say, because these are the practical point, early morning, when you do especially meditation, now not only your worries and anxieties have come to the forefront, but also the surrounding is calm. So they have not woken up, especially your child, the devil, is not up yet. You understand? So that means what? You are comfortable. And also because you slept well, the yesterday's worries also has somehow is settled down, subsided. So yesterday problem is not there. Now today problem has not come yet. And that is the ideal time to catch your thought. So meditation is nothing but catching your thought. Because what happens if you observe, we all are caught by thought, but we never catch our thought. And when we are caught by our thoughts, we are being dragged by our thoughts. And what is the speed of our thought? And based on the speed of our thought, we are being dragged. That's why we become reactive. So our reaction is nothing, but it is entangled. You can say the bondage of my thought. And we say very carefully, hey, let me learn because I cannot live without thought. Neither I can live thought, nor I can live without thought, both ways. So if this is the truth, Better I have to learn to live with thought. So if I have to learn to live with thought, let me learn to catch my thought rather than thought catching me. And morning hour is one of the best time to catch thought. That's why this morning meditation is very important. Pratasmarami Hrudi Sanspurat Atmatattvam Sachit Sukham Paramahansam Gadim Turiyam. Hey, do you remember this? Once upon a time, we had this class. You can say this, okay? However, already book has come, okay? Now, if this is to be done, here, when the person is able to catch the thought, or the person has got the knack of catching thought, now that person, mind is available for Vedanta. If you are not able to catch your thought, remember, Vedanta is not meant for you. There are many other things to do. Because you can take care of yourself, you can take care of other things. In fact, that sort of people, karma yoga is one of the best means. So that mind will be, calm down, and person will be able to learn a lot through the experiences. But here, Adi Shankaracharya says, look, I understand this, but let me give you a different meaning altogether. Because Adi Shankaracharya wants to try to say, look, when we say this Kalam, so Kalam, the time, is the cause of everything. Because in time, everything is unfolded. That's why they say very nicely, hey, look, wait. What do you call it? Very nicely say that, what is your name? Do this conversation. Jahan Kha, okay? So that nice conversation in Hindi it is there, okay? So that means what? Then somebody says, okay, Luna, Kha also, like, no, I can eat anything and everything. Then finally says, hey, what are you big thing you are talking? Mera naam, what is my name? Tujhe Kha. I can eat you up. And this Kalam is Tujhe Kha. Okay, okay? So it can eat up anything and everything. That's why we have saying, time will unfold everything. Who is what? The truth and untruth. The color of my body, the hair of my body, or teeth, or whatever I have, everything will be understood in time. Means time will consume everything. Now, if this is the case, because we say, we look at time very carefully, because time becomes the cause of arrival of anything. If you observe your birthday, how do you celebrate birthday? Based on the time, the arrival time. How do you celebrate? Not you others, okay? Celebrate or they suffer. Celebrate death day. They say very nicely, if you have done something for society, people will celebrate your death. If you have done for yourself, people will feel relief when you die. A burden is less, including your children. This is the truth. Whereas if you have lived for others, when you die, everybody will cry, including your children. So coming back here, say that the arrival of people, arrival of anything is denoted by time. And time becomes the cause of creation, also cause of sustenance. In time, I am sustaining, that you are able to sustain something. How do you measure the sustenance? The method of sustenance? Through the time. And also time becomes the main factor of destruction. That's why we call Shiva as Mahakala. So you have Mahakaleswara temple. Beautiful, Ujjain. So what I'm highlighting here is that, so time is mainly taken as everything. And here he says, look, Brahman is time. Straight away, he puts it. How he says, look. He says, look, निमेषतः ब्रह्मादीनां सर्वभूतानां कलनात् अखंडानंदकः अद्वय ही काल शब्देन निर्दिष्ट. That means kala sabdena, by the word time, advaya hi brahma, and which is akhandanandakaha, akhandam anandam, the anandam that is not broken, means unlimited, limitless anandam ityartha. And that is nothing but advaita, that is non-dual, is being denoted, is being presented by this word called Kalam. And because why? He says, look, we say just in by the closing the eyes, nimisam, we say use this word nimesataha. The moment we twinkle our eyes, the moment we close our eyes, many things happens. And that is how the timing. And under time, everybody comes, starting from Brahmaji, Brahmadina. So Brahma means the creator. So we have a big concept of time. That's why Brahmaji, when he created this universe, that is how the time is being calculated based on that. And this yuga, this era is being calculated. And remember, Brahmaji, the moment he just winkles his eyes, okay? Disaster. All tsunami, this, that, all these things happens. Disaster. And remember, he also goes to sleep, okay? So one day Brahmaji is, or I would rather say, once Brahmaji closes the eyes, the total destruction called pralayam takes place. Again, the time is reshaped. All our this kalpa, those who do sankalpa, this kalpa, all this concept is being reshaped when Brahmaji closes the eyes. Just to explain very carefully, time is very vast. And when time is vast, we cannot fight with time. That's why Kali, the mother Kali comes. When the situation becomes worse, all the demons, when the Kalam becomes so vicious, then Kali comes to take care of those unwanted things. And if you look at all these aspects, then you can say, oh, I love to become Kali. Yes, be a destroyer, don't worry. But next to you, there should be Mahakala, okay? Then only you can come back, because whenever Kali has gone to her Swarupam, always Shiva brings her back, or else she cannot come back. That is the dangerous part, okay? Don't forget this. Because all these borrowed ideas that become, oh, I am Kali. Okay, good. Who says not to become Kali? Continue, okay? However, let us not again get too much. So he says, look, this Brahma is Kala because this is Srishti Sthiti Laya Karanam Iti. And here we say very carefully that when we look at Kalam also, the Kalam or the time is presented based on sun and moon. Because either you calculate time based on the moon, that's why we have lunar calendar, we have also solar calendar, all these things related to that. Now, if you observe, if the time is being calculated basis of moon or sun, now what we say, if you look at religiously, sometimes we say moon is where? So moon is on Lord Shiva's head. Forget about that. Now the sun and moon being the part of Brahman. That's why we bring Shiva here, Mahakala. So under Mahakalam, Lord Shiva, this both sun and moon are there. So that's why this has been symbolically presented through Puranas and other aspects. The figure of Lord Shiva, it's not, something the artist has done it, drawn it. It's not like that. There is a lot of things. Unless you are present day, artist, okay? And also you can get all these Bharata, Padma Shri, Padma Bhushan, Padma Vibhushan, except Bharat Ratna. One fellow was there, okay? So who painted all Indian deities in naked form. And he was being given, one after another hours. Unfortunate. However, so here he says, look, because here you have to understand, because of Kalam, because of time, there is Jagrat Avastha, there is Swapna Avastha, there is Susupti Avastha. But in Jagrat Avastha, you are aware of Jagrat time. In Swapna Avastha, you are aware of Swapna Kalam. Whereas in Susupti, Kalam reserves. And because Kalam reserves, that's why in your deep sleep, do you know how long did you sleep? Then you get up and say, what? Oh, I slept well. Oh, so long did I sleep? After seeing the watch, okay? So that's why here also need to understand. In time, there is a division. When time is resolved, there is no division. And that is what is being highlighted here. Brahman being divisionless is called Akhandananda. The Anandam, the happiness, that is Akhandam iti. That's why we say very carefully, loneliness is sorrow. Rejection is sorrow. And not only that, separation for any individual, any jiva, is of course sorrow. And of course, when we look at this opposite of loneliness, that loving one's own self, love becomes what? Happiness, because in love, there is no division. And this comes by understanding Kalam. That's it. The more I understand the Kalam, means the value of division, the importance of division. Now, division will not, or so called division, will not create sorrow in me. And for that, that's why Kalam important. And you might have observed very carefully, we do it. Whenever there is a lot of sorrow, we say, go to Shiva temple, arrange some abhishekam. If you cannot do in your home, at least go to Shiva temple, do some abhishekam. That is being prescribed. So that when you do abhishekam to Lord Shiva, so that the sorrow, the loneliness, the separation, the rejection is being taken care. However, he says, look, I need to understand this Akhandananda. And that Akhandananda is me. And the moment I understand Akhandananda, there is no division, neither externally nor internally. If there is division, can I see or can I understand? Will I be able to relate with Akhandananda? It is impossible. And interestingly, the Brahman is Akhandananda. That's why for Vedantim, there is no inauspicious time. If you ask a Vedantin when to start, oh, start now. Because really, a Vedantin does not look at auspicious, so look at the calendar, what is the time, what is to be done, when to start, when not to start. In fact, whenever Vedantin starts, that is the auspicious time. In fact, that is the best time. Because some people sometimes come, oh, please, Swami, tell me when to start, what to do, what not to do. Okay, of course, I have to do. No, generally, I don't look at. Okay, I try to understand the other person's mind. Okay. So when do you want to start? Can you talk to your priest or can you talk to your astrologer, whatever? Yeah. Go ahead, please. Because why to stop? If the person has got some faith, more faith with the priest or others than me, better that person should have faith in that. Buddhi vedam na janayet, okay? In Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna has said. So never create any sort of what? Differences in the mind of others. If the person believes, gives importance to anything different than you, different than Vedanta, please make him or her to continue with that thinking, because one problem is less. Maybe sometimes some problem will come, but one problem in long run is less. That's why to be associated with the teaching, to continue with the teaching is not a joke. You need enough of grace. If the grace slows down, if the grace becomes lesser, somewhere or other, as you know, whether it is adhyatmikata, whether it is adhidaivika or adhibhautika, any tapa, hope you understand these three words, okay, will not allow you to be part of teaching. That's why we sincerely pray, Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. At least Sahana Bhavatu. Because through this Sahana Bhavatu, this much we pray sincerely, that let there not be any difference, me and the teacher, we both. Because if there is a difference, teaching cannot happen, will not be complete either or continuing. Sukhineva bhaved yasmin ajasam brahma chintanam आसनं तत् विजानीयात् नेतर सुखनाशनम्. Adi Shankaracharya thoughts of bringing asana. So you can see yama, niyama, now only asana comes, okay? So in between he took us some other place. He wants to bring only two asanas. So one is a sukhasana, other one is siddhasana. Those who are following post can understand. So everything has already posted, nothing left. So if you look at the verse and the post is the essence of the verse, nothing else. And when you look at asana, that's why most important thing in Vedanta class also, we say before coming to Vedanta class, at least one should have asana siddhi. This is the minimum thing. When we say asana siddhi, means 45 minutes one is supposed to sit in a posture. This is the minimum thing we expect, okay? Now, do not, this is my favorite, or stretching the leg. Uh-huh. I remember when we don't want, when we were studying, especially Sanskrit classes. So what we'll do? There will be fight. Who is going to sit behind? Do you know why? Wall. To take the support of the wall, okay? So wherever there is a pillar or there is a wall, that is a big demand, okay? So what does it mean? That's why right time Sanskrit doesn't enter, okay? Then we have to search, or I have to call somebody, hey, can you tell me what happened this word? Any which sutra is missing? I am not able to understand. Because it doesn't work. So coming back. Asana siddhi is required. Why? Then I'll come to Sukhasana and Siddhasana here. Two verses. Tomorrow maybe we'll see, or next class. First of all, when we are being sitting, we are supposed to sit cross-legged. Because when we sit cross-legged, we allow the energy to flow. There are a lot of protocols to be followed. Not cross-legged, putting one leg top another leg, okay? Nowadays, this is a new style. And you know what is the psychologically. The moment you sit, putting especially women and of course men also, especially politicians, when they meet one to one, they cover. You know why? There is some type of fear and they want to cover up that fear. And of course, nowadays with the half dress or no dress, you know better, okay? So they say, we want to cover ourselves. That is another level, okay? I don't want to get into. However, here we say, when you are sitting, to make sure that left and right are both crossed. So in Siddhasana or Sukhasana, Padmasana, these are the asanas are prescribed for meditation, for classes. Because where you allow your prana to flow in a systematic way. So the prana becomes proper. That's why minimum benefit of this asanas, especially Sukhasana, Siddhasana, you should know before coming to the class, next class. And interestingly, when you are sitting in Sukhasana, especially more than 45 minutes, without being restless. Even if sometimes your leg will be numb, means will not be visible to you. You will not feel any sensation. That's supposed to happen. It's good if it happens. This is the minimum thing supposed to happen. You don't have to bother. Because that is how supposed to feel. Then slowly that will start increasing. Because interestingly, I would like to bring this one small point. Remember, when you are going to die, of course, if you are going to have natural death. So when you are going to have natural death, slowly you will discover the same thing. There will be no sensation in your leg. Slowly it will come up. And if you have not practiced now, when that will happen, will you get frightened or not? Will you get scared or not? That's why many people die out of fear. That's why what happens? Either they urinate or some stool comes out. Maximum people die with that. Because some type of fear is there. And before this happens, better let me learn to practice. And allowing myself being in a posture as long as possible. Nothing is going to happen except your mind, okay? Mind will go crazy, will make you crazy. Don't say that I'm 60-year-old, I'm 80-year-old, I'm 90-year-old. Makes no difference. It's a matter of practice. Nowadays, 10-year boys are not able to practice. What 90-year person can do it nowadays, 10-year-old, because eating, stable chair, they never sit on the ground. It's a very bad thing. However, spend some time with Sukhasana and Siddhasana so that next class we'll discuss these two asanas. Om Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you all of you.